Hi everyone, this is Mr Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. This is of a patient who attended with bilateral fully occluding earwax, which extended right from the entrance of the ear canals to their eardrum. The average length of a human ear canal is approximately 26 millimeters, so 2.6 centimeters. So it just gives you an idea of the severity of the blockage. Now, they do have a lot of cilia, so hairs near the entrance of the ear canal, which has tangled, it's matted against the wax, which can make it a bit more tricky to remove. And you can see from the consistency of the wax, it's a bit sticky. So I've just put some olive oil medical grade spray into the ear. So the brand that I use, and I have to declare my conflict of interest, of course. I actually also work with them as a healthcare advisor. It's a company called Clear, and if you wish to purchase this olive oil, we ship to the UK to both the public and also specialists. So if you're a member of the public that want to use the olive oil spray, just visit our website. You'll see the URL at the bottom on the right hand side. It's also a link in the description. So it's www.clearwax.co.uk, and you can purchase the drops from our online store. And if you are a specialist that want to buy in bulk for your clients and for your clinical use, if you visit our website again and register, so at the top you can there's an option that says sign in. So if you collect that and then register, create an account, and that gives you access to our online trade shop, so where you get trade prices. So I've just put some olive oil spray in there just to try and change the consistency. So when you've got this type of wax, what the olive oil does, it almost serves to act like an egg in a potato or fish cake recipe. You've probably heard me use that analogy quite a few times if you're a follower of my channel and watch my videos on a regular basis, but it's the best analogy I can give. And so it just helps to kind of firm it up, bind it together, making it easier to remove. In this instance, I'm also having to use it. So the consistency of the wax differs in different segments of this wax plug. So laterally near the entrance, it's quite sticky and glutinous, where as we're going deeper, it does get a bit firmer. So now I'm using the hook, and with the hook I'm able to get some purchase because the more medial wax is a bit drier, and it's easier to move with the hook, where I can embed it into the core of the wax. So as you can see there, I've just got a sizable chunk out. So I'm just using the endoscope to stretch the ear open. And then I'm inserting the ear hook. And there's an opening there just posteriorly, so at the back of the ear canal. I'm just using the hook just to leverage some space. And then I've managed to insert the entire hook in behind this wax plug, and then I'm slowly bringing it out. And you can see I've got it in a sizable chunk there. And on the outside, you see those white blemishes, and that's skin, that's dead skin. So as we removed the wax plug, some skin that was attached to the canal and also the wax plug came away from the canal wall. So the ear canal is now clear. They've just got this crusted dead skin at the base of the ear canal. So I've just gone back in with the fine end suction tube, and we're going to peel this away. So that was a good example. Within the wax plug itself, you can get different consistencies at different regions of the wax plug. I suspect this patient had been using some drops prior to attending, and what that had done is softened the wax near the entrance where it came in contact with the drops. But because the ear was completely blocked, the drops were only able to penetrate so far. So the deeper the wax plug, the more drier and firm it became. I'm just trying to peel away some of the skin. Now you will see there's a bit of skin on the right hand side. If memory serves me correct, we had to leave a bit of skin there because we began to experience a bit of clarinetting. Now, everything I remove now is a bonus. That's the way you should see it. I've cleaned the ear, the patient can hear better, all their other symptoms have been alleviated, and I'm just trying to remove this extra bit, and please do see it as a bonus. I think sometimes people assume that we should get every little last speck out, and that's not the case. So as I'm peeling this away, it's coming away fine at the moment, but I experienced some clarinetting just at that point, and I don't know if you noticed, I withdrew straight away. Now what clarinetting is, when you suction dead skin, the skin can violently flap against the tip of the sucker. And when it flaps violently, it emits a very loud, high-frequency squeal. It's not only loud for the patient, but it's loud for me. And obviously, this sound's originating within the ears. So you don't want clarinetting because exposure to loud sounds, as you're aware, it can cause tinnitus, hearing loss. So most of the time it is temporary. It's a short-lasting hearing loss. We call it a TTS, a temporary threshold shift. But in some cases it can be permanent. So why risk it? We don't want to risk it. So as soon as I got some clarinet in there, just left that skin. It's not going to affect the patient. And as I said, it was a bonus if we could remove that. And the patient was quite happy. We showed them the video back, and they agreed that it was best to leave that skin because it was a bit noisy for them. So just onto their left side, this wax plug is a bit firmer and drier than their right ear. And I'm just trying to embed the tip of the hook into the core of the wax plug there. You can see I really had to apply some pressure because this is a bit more crumble consistency, drier. I'm just trying to break it into little pieces. So again, I'm going to the top of the ear canal and just trying to chisel little pieces. So sometimes with a hook, ideally you want to get the hook right behind the wax plug and in one stroke, one action, one movement, remove the entire plug. We call that the money shot. I had a joke with a client today where I was able to remove the wax plug in one go, and they enjoyed watching it back. And I said, well, that's the money shot. That's the ideal, but it's not always as simple as that. More often than not, it's not. So I always tell specialists, don't be afraid to use a hook, almost like a hammer and chisel, to break the wax into little pieces. And then once it's into little pieces, you can suction it up or use other instruments, or just continue breaking the wax into little pieces and extracting it segment by segment. I've just put some olive oil spray again, just to, again, soften this wax. So in the right ear, I used the olive oil to bind the wax together because at the surface, laterally near the entrance, it was very stodgy and glutinous, and I wanted to bind it up. Here, I'm using it for a different reason. The wax is really, really dry, so I actually just want to soften it. And you can see there, bringing this forwards now. And the oil also helps to lubricate the ear canal wall. So as I'm bringing the wax plug forwards, there's less friction. Similar to if you're trying to remove a ring that's stuck on your finger and you apply some soap and rub some soap around the ring and on your finger. It provides some lubrication and it just facilitates the removal of the ring. And that's what oil can also do in the ear. So I've got half this plug out. And this wax plug is a bit deeper, so it's a bit harder to get a purchase and get in and behind, because if the wax plug is so deep and there's a little space there, you don't want to touch the bony part of the ear. So the inner 2/3 of the ear canals consists of bone, and it's very sensitive, whereas the outer third is made up of cartilage, so we can apply a bit of pressure. So at this stage, I just reverted back to the suction probe and bringing this wax plug forwards. So again, we know we're near the entrance now because we can see these hairs. I'm just trying to wriggle it through. It does get trapped near the entrance. And because I've oiled this wax plug, it enables me to get a suction grip. If I didn't use oil, then I wouldn't have been able to apply a suction grip on there because the wax would be too dry, the surface. That's the patient's eardrum. Again, just a bit of dead skin anteriorly. I'm going to leave that. It's a non-significant amount. Now, we don't want any clarinetting to occur. Nice healthy eardrum. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and you're all taking care of yourselves. Please do stay tuned. I've got loads more videos to upload. And speak soon. Bye.